Alright, there's sleepy number 1 and sleepy number 2. Let's see. Alright, y'all, so on your portion of your ag mechanics, on your team activity, you might have to do some work on a tractor. Not necessarily mechanic work, but just identifying parts and that type of thing. So I just wanted to go over that with y'all. So you just basically going to be identifying parts, and then you might have to service a tractor. So you might have to check, you know, your coolant level. You might have to check your air filter. You might have to check your oil level, your hydraulic fluid level. So that's all pretty simple. So I'm going to try to go through all that with y'all, and we'll see how it goes. All right. So Luke, what's my first one on the list?
Adjustment for ride comfort.
All right, adjustment for ride comfort. Guys, y'all come around, y'all need to see it too. All right, so this is your adjustment right here. All right, so that just adjusts how, you know, your seat, when you sit on a tractor, if you go over a bump or something like that, it bounces up and down. It just adjusts the stiffness of that, okay? So that's simple enough. All right, what else we got?
Air cleaner.
Air cleaner, all right. So most people call it an air filter, all right. That's your air filter right here. To take it off, you're just gonna unscrew it right here. If you've got dirty, if your engine is taking in dirty air, then it's not going to perform well. Okay. All right, and they're going to get dusty. Okay, that's your air filter. That's your filter inside of that housing right here. Okay, and that's pretty clean. This one just got changed out a month or so ago. So that's your air filter. It just slides back up in there, and it does what it says. It's an air filter, air cleaner. Okay, if you're, like I said, if your engine is breathing in dirty air, then it's not going to have a lot of power. Okay. All right, what else we got?
Alternator.
Alternator. All right. So your alternator is right here. Right there. Okay. You can see you got that belt on here. Okay. When you crank your engine, it's turning that alternator. Okay. That powers your electrical system on your tractor. All right. So that's how that works. It also is charging your battery as well. Okay. So that's keeping your battery hot. Okay. What else we got?
Battery.
Okay. Battery's down here. All right. Red positive, black's negative. Okay, pretty simple. To get to it, you take this screen off right here. Okay, and that's how you pull it out. Okay, because you can see your air filter's up above it, and you can't get to it. You can't pull it straight out like you can on your car. Okay.
Brake pedal.
All right. All right, so your brakes are a little different on a tractor. You've got this little lever right here where you can just hit one brake, which is that one's going to brake your left tire. This one's going to brake your right tire. But usually we just have them together like that where it'll brake both of them. Okay. And then your parking brake lever's right here. So in order to operate that, you push your brake down with your foot and then pull your lever up at the same time. Okay. And then your parking brake light is right here. Indicator is right here. Okay. It's going to be flashing when that parking brake is down. All right.
Center link.
Center link. Okay. Center link is part of your 3-point hitch system. Okay. 3-point hitch system. These are your lift arms. That's your center link. Okay. All right. What else we got?
Clutch pedal.
Clutch pedal. Okay, there's your clutch pedal. All right, if you push it down, if it's pushed down, then your motor's not going to go. Your motor's not going to turn. It's not going to turn your drive shaft. That's what engages and disengages your drive shaft. Okay, so when you push that clutch down, you're going to stop. Okay, when you let it go, it's going to go forward or reverse, whatever gear you're in. Okay.
Coupler receptacle.
Okay, coupler receptacle. All right, this is your coupler receptacles right here. That's for your hydraulic lines. Okay, so these hydraulic lines go to your bucket on here. All right, and then you should have some more coupler receptacles. Actually, this tractor doesn't have them on it, but bigger tractors will have coupler receptacles back here for like your big planters and that type of thing, because your planters are lifted hydraulically. Okay.
Differential.
All right, your differential. So what that does, this is your lever right here for your differential. Okay. If your differential is not locked, then only one rear wheel is going to spin. Like if you get stuck in the mud, then one rear wheel will spin. But if I push that down with my foot, both wheels are going to turn at the same time. Okay. All right.
Dipstick.
All right, your dipstick. Okay, there's your dipstick. Okay, there's your old dipstick right here. All right, and just, you know, same way as your car, you've got your checkered lines on there to see, you know, what level it needs to be, all that. That's pretty simple. Okay.
Drawbar, rock shaft.
All right, your drawbar is basically your hitch on your tractor. Okay, that's your hitch right there, where you can hook a trailer, or on larger, you could hook some disc on it. You can hook a planter on it, because like most bigger planters, they're not connected to this lift arm. They're connected to that with the tongue on the planter, and then they've got hydraulic lines that hook into your tractor to lift it up and down. Okay.
Filler cap.
All right, filler cap could be really anything. There's your fuel filler cap. Okay. There's your oil filler cap. Right there. Y'all probably getting dizzy watching this video. And there's another filler cap for your hydraulic system. Okay. All right.
Fixed draft links.
Okay, fixed draft links. That's these guys right here. Okay. That's these right here. That's what's going to move. See, it's connected to this arm right here, which raises up and down, which in turn raises your lifter arms, which is connected to your bush hog right here. It's going to raise your bush hog up and down.
Foot throttle.
Foot throttle. Okay, most tractors have a foot throttle on it. Okay, just like a gas on your car. And then you got a hand throttle too. Okay.
Fuel filter.
Fuel filter. There's your fuel filter right there. All right, it's nice and shiny and clean because it's just gotten replaced about a month ago.
Fuel gauge.
All right, fuel gauge. There's your fuel gauge. Yep. There's your fuel gauge. Okay.
Fuel injector.
All right, fuel injectors. Okay, there's your fuel injectors right here. Okay. And they just go into the engine block, and they're injecting a small little spray of fuel. Okay.
Fuel tank.
All right, fuel tank. There's your fuel tank. Okay, it's sitting right behind you. All right, and that's, like I said, that's where you fill it up. Some most of your tractors, 99% of them are going to be diesel, but then you got some older ones that are gas. But anything you deal with nowadays, 99% of them are going to be diesel fuel. Okay.
Gear shift lever.
All right, your gear shift lever right here. Okay. Try and get that. All right, you've got first, second, third, and then reverse. So first is up to the left, second is over to the right and up, and then down to the right is third. Okay, so you get the point on that. And then neutral is in the middle. So if it's like this, if it's real loose like that, you know it's in neutral. Okay. All right. Talked about your hand throttle. That's your hand throttle right here. Works best when you like, you know, you're bush hogging a big field or something like that. You don't want to have to. It's just a cruise control on a tractor, basically. Okay.
Headlamps.
Headlamps. There's your lamps. There's your switch right here. Okay. You've got hazards.
You got that key on.
And you do have to turn the key on. All right. You got hazards, and then you got your lights. Okay. Obviously, you got your lights on front of the tractor. Okay. And then you got your these are your hazards right here. So when you turn your hazards on, they're gonna blink. Okay. All right.
Hydraulic hose.
Hydraulic hose. So these are all hydraulic hoses here. Okay. These are all hoses here, and they all come back into this right here. Okay. That's going to lift your bucket up and down and operate your you know, your tilt and everything like that on your bucket.
Injection pump.
Okay, your injection pump. Yeah. So this is your injection pump right here. Focus. That's your injection pump right here, and it's all tied into this fuel filter as well. Okay, that's your injection pump.
Key switch.
Okay, key switch is simple enough. Okay, that's your switch. Okay.
Lift arms.
All right, your lift arms. That's what's going to lift your implement. Okay, so remember, lift arms are going to lift your implement.
Oil filler cap.
Oil filler cap, I've already showed y'all that, so let's move on.
Oil pressure gauge.
Oil pressure gauge. This tractor does not have an oil pressure gauge on it, but it does have, you know, if your oil pressure was to drop for some reason, that light right there is going to come on. Okay.
Outlet to connect remote electrical equipment.
Okay, this tractor doesn't have that. So.
Park brake indicator.
All right, I've showed you the park brake indicator right here.
PTO lever.
All right, your PTO lever is right here. Okay. If it's down, you can see that it's going to be disengaged, but when you pull it up, it's engaged. Okay. One thing on your PTO lever, when you engage that PTO, it's a lot easier on it to throttle down at a lower RPM and then engage your PTO.
Quick lock pins.
Okay, quick lock pins are going to be these pins right here that you use to attach your implement.
Radiator.
Okay, there's your radiator right here. That's basically just cooling your motor off. Okay, your cap's right here and your overflows right here. All right, so it's pretty simple. You just, you know, just like on your car, you don't ever want to take your cap off. If it's hot, you got to let it cool down. You take your cap off and check it. You want to run antifreeze in the wintertime, and you can run water in it in the summertime, but it's full antifreeze right now. Okay.
Range shift lever.
Alright, your range shift lever. Remember, your tractor's got a low, medium, and high on it, basically. So that's your range shift lever right here. Okay? So that's basically, it says first, second, and third, but think of it as a low, medium, and high. I've got a low, medium, and high. So I've got a low, first, second, third, and reverse, a medium, first, second, third, and reverse, and a high, first, second, third, and reverse. Okay?
Recovery tank.
Recovery tank would be just your overflow tank to your radiator. Okay?
Draft control lever.
Okay, so your draft control lever would be how you raise your implement. Okay, so there's your draft control lever right here. Alright, you just pull it up and it'll bring it up, and then you got different settings for like when you bush hog and that type of thing. You can set it at different levels. Okay.
Rock shaft position control lever.
We don't have that on
Rollover protection structure.
this. Okay.
ROPS.
Your ROPS. Okay, that's your ROPS right here. Remember, if it has a ROPS on it, always wear your seatbelt. Always wear your seatbelt. Okay. If it does not have a ROPS, or if for whatever reason you're operating in a barn or something like that and you have to have your ROPS down, you take your seatbelt off. Okay.
Seat adjustment lever.
This one doesn't.
Yeah, that's.
Does it have one?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
It does. You just don't want to move.
Yeah. So it's got it. There it is, right there. I didn't realize it had one on it. So that's just going to adjust your seat forward and backwards. So it's just going to slide forward and back like your, just like your car.
Seat belt.
There's your seat belt. Like I said, if it has a ROPS, seat belt on. If it does not, or the ROPS is down, seat belt off.
Slow moving vehicle emblem.
Okay, your SMV, slow moving vehicle emblem, is going to be right here. Okay, you got to have one of those.
Steering wheel adjustment.
Steering wheel adjustment doesn't have one on this one, but it's going to work just like your car does. How you have that tilt steering wheel, going to be the same on your car.
Sway chains.
All right, your sway chains right here. Okay, that's going to basically, if you have these real loose, then this bush hog would be swinging back and forth. Okay, so that's not what you want. So you tighten this turnbuckle right here, and it keeps it from swaying back and forth. That's your sway chains.
Tachometer.
All right, your tachometer. I got it. Tachometer is right here. Okay, that's your RPMs. Okay, revolutions per minute. That's how fast your motor is turning. Okay, so this is in thousands, so that would be, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, 2,500, 3,000. Okay, then you can see where it says rated for your PTO, just a hair above 2,500, and then your max for your PTO as well. Okay.
Thermostat housing.
All right, your thermostat housing. Okay, this is where your coolant is. So no matter what, you can kind of figure out. Well, I know this is where my coolant goes through, so it's got to be somewhere close. So there's your thermostat housing right here. Okay, your thermostat just works like your thermostat in your house. It's going to keep your engine, as long as you have enough coolant in it, it's going to keep your engine at the appropriate temperature. Okay.
Throttle lever.
So again, throttle lever is right here. Okay.
tractor serial number.
All right, your tractor serial number. There's it's usually on most vehicles and tractors that are in more than one spot. What's your serial number? Right there, right underneath your PTO shaft. Okay.
Turn signal switch.
This one does not have turn signals on it, so it's just going to operate just like your car does.
That's it.
And that's it. As far as like, you might have to, there was some questions about servicing an implement. Just, you know, it's pretty simple. You've got your PTO shaft right here. That's your PTO hookup point, okay? Y'all have all hooked up the PTO on the tractor, so that should be, you know, you should be familiar with that. You know, you've got Zert fittings, grease fittings, all down in here. So let me try and find a good grease fitting that I can show y'all.
Well,
all right, there's your the grease fitting, okay? And then this is right here as basically your chunk, just kind of like your chunk on your rear chunk on your vehicle. You just take this off and you fill it up with gear oil, and that's pretty much it. Same thing on the tiller box. You know, it's just got a PTO hookup. It's got a bunch of grease fittings on it, and then it's got a, you know, it's got a chunk like this where you can take that off and fill it up with gear oil. Okay, we all pretty much worked on the tiller box, so y'all should know how to do that as well. All right, I think that's it for the parts list, and then there's another video yet to come.